$18,000. That's the kind of quote Australian owners are now getting to fix a brand new dual cab ute after a low speed prang in a Coles car park, a scratched bumper, a cracked headlight, a bent number plate, 18 grand. Not because the parts are exotic, not because the paint is rare, because the front of a modern ute now contains more sensors than the entire 1990 model range combined, and every single one of them needs to be recalibrated by a dealer when you touch the bumper. And here's the twist. The insurer didn't pay it. They wrote the truck off. 3 years old. 40,000 kilometres on the clock. Gone. This isn't a one-off story. It's a pattern the Insurance Council of Australia has been quietly warning about for years. That the cost of repairing a modern vehicle is climbing faster than the cost of the vehicle itself. And it's hitting the dual cab ute market harder than anyone expected. Today's video is built off Public Insurance Council commentary, ANCAP technical specifications on what is actually fitted to these vehicles, manufacturer parts pricing that is publicly available, and the workshop quotes that owners are posting in their thousands across forums and product review. I'm Greg. I'm 53. I've run a country garage for 32 years and I've got nothing to sell you. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button. This video could genuinely save somebody you know from a 5-figure mistake. Today, I'm counting down 7 modern ute features Australian insurers are quietly refusing to cover the way they used to, ranked from bad to absolutely brutal. By the time we get to number 1, you'll understand exactly why brand new utes are being written off after accidents that 10 years ago wouldn't have even bent a panel. Let's get into it. Number 7, the front bumper radar. Behind that plastic grille on every new Ranger, Hilux, D-Max, Triton, Tasman and Shark sits a forward radar unit that runs adaptive cruise control and autonomous emergency braking. That radar is the cheapest thing in the world to crack. A parking nudge does it, and it's the most expensive thing on the front of the vehicle to put right. Here's the trick. You don't just replace the radar. You replace the radar, replace the bracket it sits on, replace the bumper, repaint it to match, and then you take the whole vehicle to a dealer for a target. Board calibration that has to be done on a perfectly level floor with the right calibration jig. Independent body shops in regional towns often can't do it. So you're paying dealer rates and dealer wait times. Industry sources put a single front radar recalibration at several hundred to a couple of $1,000 before parts. And that's before we get to numbers 6, 5, 4 and 3, which all stack on top of it. Number 6, the matrix headlight assemblies. 10 years ago, a headlight on a Hilux was a sealed glass and plastic unit you could buy on Gumtree for $200. Today, the headlight on a top spec dual cab is a computer. It's an array of individually controlled light segments with its own cooling fan, its own dedicated control module, and its own software that talks to the front camera so the high beam can dip around oncoming cars automatically. Genuine replacement parts for these units sit north of $2,000 a side on the top spec Ranger, Tasman and Amarok. And 9 times out of 10, the insurance assessor isn't replacing one. They're replacing the matched pair because mismatched headlight signatures fail roadworthy. So a low speed nudge that takes out one corner of the front of the truck has now committed the insurer to a $4,000 headlight bill, plus the radar bill, plus the bumper, plus the recalibration. And we're not at number 5 yet. Number 5, the windscreen with the embedded camera. This is the one that catches the most owners by surprise, because every Australian knows you can fix a chip with $30 worth of resin from Repco. Not anymore. The windscreen on a modern ute houses the forward-facing camera that runs lane keep assist, traffic sign recognition, and the high beam dipping I just mentioned. A windscreen replacement on a modern ute is no longer a 60-minute glass swap. It is a glass swap followed by a static and dynamic recalibration of the camera, which means the truck has to be driven on specific roads at specific speeds for the system to relearn its position. If the calibration fails, your auto braking and your lane keep stop working. And your warranty assumes you will know that. Quotes for a windscreen plus calibration on a current generation Ranger or Hilux are now landing around the $1,500 to $2,000 mark. Some windscreen specialists in regional Australia have stopped quoting on certain models because they cannot guarantee the calibration. So you are driving back to the capital city for it. Quick favour before we hit the top 4. If you are getting value out of this, give that like button a tap. It costs you nothing, takes a second, and it genuinely helps the channel reach more people who are about to back into a bollard and find out their 3-year-old ute is now a write-off. Cheers. Right, onwards. Number 4, the side blind spot radars and the camera mirrors. Every modern dual cab now has 2 more radars embedded in the rear corners of the tray, one on each side, watching for cars in your blind spot. The wing mirrors have heated glass, electric folding, an indicator repeater, a puddle lamp, sometimes a 360-degree camera, and on the top spec trims, a blind spot warning light inside the housing itself. Here's the kicker. Get nudged in a car park. A simple side swipe that bends a mirror housing and scrapes the rear quarter. 10 years ago, that was a $400 repair at a smash shop. Today, you are replacing the mirror with all its electronics, replacing the rear corner panel that houses the blind spot radar, and recalibrating the radar to the wheel alignment of the vehicle. Quotes. I have seen owners post for a single side swipe job on a current Ranger Wildtrak are sitting between $7,000 and $12,000. On a 3-year-old truck worth $50, it is already half of total lost territory. Number 3, the mixed metal body panels. This one's quieter, but it's the one that genuinely worries the smash repairers I talk to. Modern utes aren't all steel anymore. The current Ranger uses aluminium for the bonnet and the tailgate. Other manufacturers are using high-strength steels that cannot be welded the way regular sheet metal can. They have to be section cut and bonded with specific equipment and trained operators. What that means in practice. Not every panel shop in the country can fix your truck anymore. Smaller regional repairers do not have the alignment jigs, do not have the trained aluminium welders, and do not want the liability of getting it wrong on someone's $80,000 vehicle. So your insurer either ships your truck to one of the few certified manufacturer approved repair networks and waits weeks for a slot, or they look at the quote, look at the vehicle's market value, and write it off. Increasingly, they are writing it off. Number 2, the cascade. This is the bit nobody tells you about until it's too late. Every one of the systems I've just listed, the radar, the camera, the matrix headlight, the blind spot module, talks to a central body control module through a high-speed data network. When one of those systems goes down, the others throw fault codes. When you replace a component, every other module on the network has to be told that there's a new friend on the line. Some manufacturers now require online activation. Your local mechanic plugs in the scan tool, requests the activation, and the manufacturer's server has to approve it. If your shop isn't an authorised dealer, the request can be refused, and you're back to driving to a dealer for a procedure that takes 30 minutes and bills out at 2 hours of labour plus an activation fee. 1 bumper bash, 7 modules talking to each other, sometimes 10. Hours of diagnostic time before they even pick up a spanner. Number 1, the math itself. Here's what's really going on. An insurer doesn't care about repairing your truck. They care about whether the repair costs them less than paying you out the market value. Once the parts, plus the labour, plus the recalibrations, plus the dealer fees, plus the courtesy car cross the line of what the vehicle is worth on car sales, they declare it uneconomical to repair. They cut you a cheque, they send the truck to auction, and they move on. 10 years ago, that math required a serious accident, a rolled vehicle, a bent chassis. Today, that math can be triggered by a low-speed nudge in a shopping centre car park, because all the expensive things on a modern ute are bolted to the front and the sides, exactly where parking accidents happen. And here's the part the manufacturers don't tell you in the showroom. Your truck depreciates roughly 20% the moment you drive it off the lot, another 10 to 15% in the first year. By the time you've owned it for 30 months, you might be sitting on a vehicle worth 55 grand with a repair quote of 42. That's not a write-off because the truck is unsafe to drive. That's a write-off because of arithmetic. Here's my point. The reason your insurance premium just jumped, and the reason your mate's brand new Ranger got declared a total loss after a parking bump, is the same reason. Complexity. Modern utes have stopped being trucks the smash shop down the road can put right with a panel beater's hammer and a rattle can. They're rolling computers wearing tradesman's clothes. And the people writing your insurance policies have done the math years before you did. So there you have it. 7 features that are quietly turning brand new Aussie utes into a financial gamble the moment you sign the paperwork. From the front bumper radar, all the way down to the math the insurer does, before they even look at the photos of your prang. Now I want to hear from you. Have you been through this? Did you back into a low pole, hand the keys to a comprehensive insurer, and find out 3 weeks later that your 3-year-old ute was getting written off? Or are you sitting in a brand new top spec dual cab right now, watching this, thinking maybe I should call my broker on Monday? Drop your story in the comments. The good, the ugly, and the bit where you found out what a target board calibration costs at 3 on a Tuesday afternoon. Misery loves company, and frankly so does this channel. If this saved you from a costly mistake, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe. Park carefully.